Welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. Let's continue where we stopped. What's this? New daily reward. Today we're gonna get... What are we gonna get? Crown lethal poison? Okay, not bad. Let's check our mail. See that. See that. Alright.
Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few moments earlier.
So what happened to the pearl? Did you destroy it?
I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Psijic Order. Our Rite Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Summerset. My inquiries led me here.
The Psijic Order?
The Psijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all this?
I'm working with Razumdar, one of the Queen's eyes, but, what happened to the pearl?
An eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum, the Psijic island for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
Alright, let's go. I look forward to going to Artaeum and visiting the home of the Psijic Order. You a hostile? The Pretension of High Elf Jewelry by Eldrith Eldenroot, Jewelry Crafter. It's not like jewelry isn't important to us Wood Elves, truly. There are few things more appreciated than carving the bones of a fallen enemy for your sweetheart back home. That, alongside a well-cooked hunter paunch, and you have yourself a romantic little setup right there. But, like most things, the High Elves take jewelry crafting to an entirely new level. They don't see it as a simple career choice. By Ifre, they don't even consider it a mere passion. No, it is fate, a calling handed down to them. Feel free to ask one if you want to hear all about it. They would be happy to talk your ear off, trust me. From what I can understand, the High Elf art of jewelry crafting is generally passed down through generations, and that really does mean something to the High Elves. Taking on the legacy of their family name is not only expected, it is revered. In that way, though, all of them respect each other. Even a kinlord will speak highly of a family of fishers so long as they do their job right. You can't really say that about the rest of Tamriel. And I have to admit, their jewelry is beautiful. You ain't never seen such well-crafted rings as those on even uncommon High Elves' fingers. They are downright dainty, intricate even. Swirls and patterns that seem to intertwine even on the tiniest scale. There's a kind of complex simplicity there. Wait, does that even make sense? I mean to say, jewelry made by the High Elves just seems natural, like the branches of a tree or the swirls within a running stream. I don't know how they do it. I suppose that's the trade-off for having your skills passed down through such long family lines. These High Elves aren't simply honing their skill throughout a lifetime. No. They're honing a skill throughout generations. I'd love to learn a thing or two while I'm visiting Summerset, but I doubt that will ever happen. Not because I haven't been able to find someone who's willing to talk with me about their craft. Oh no. I just haven't found one who won't drone on and on for hours on some great technique their great-grand-uncle came up with hundreds of years ago. That being said, I have yet to have a single mer here ask me about my own techniques. Of course, that's not too surprising. After all, I'm just a muddy little wood elf carving up some bone. Okay, let's get out of here. There are plenty of opportunities to read more lore books. Wait. Is this not where we came from? I've lost my bearings a little bit. Also, it looks like our meal is about to run out. Grand fortifying meal. Okay. Let's use this as well. I've noticed that the damage that that heavy attacks do has been buffed. That's good.
Living on Altima for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Okay. So where is Razumdar? Am I heading the wrong way?
Ah, this one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail.
The people that were sequestered were killed to power a Daedric ritual. I found this letter.
That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the King Lady's involvement, and by we, Raz means you.
So you want me to go and accuse the King Lady of conspiring with that Daedric cult?
Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her, see what she knows about the Aldarch. The King Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door.
Wait, I also met a mage from the Psijic Order in the monastery.
A Psijic? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the Psijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around. Did this Psijic mage say what the Order was investigating?
Something about a warning, and she seemed pretty interested in the life-sucking pearl.
There was a life-sucking pearl. You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the Psijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the King Lady has to say.
Shouldn't you speak to the King Lady? You do work for the Queen after all.
King Lady Avanice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I would.
Okay. The King Lady's meeting seems to be downstairs.
about an overgrown weed. I don't mean to forebode, but this little ode is a lesson you best heed.
I'll catch that tune some other time. It's the new one. I've not heard it before.
Yes? And who might you be?
I need to speak to Kin Lady Avenisi.
The Kin Lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with Shimmerene's elite to discuss certain political matters.
I have an invitation.
Yes, so you do. And may I say that your outfit is suitably elegant. Please, head into the garden.
Thank you.
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with Aldarch Takala to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerene and all of Summerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
Interesting.
I see the Queen's decree has even attracted some of our wayward brethren back to our shores. But make no mistake, Altima or not, you're as much a newcomer as one of those cats or lizards.
I hear that you and the Kin Lady have a plan for administering the Queen's decree.
You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, I jest. The Kin Lady and I have nothing but the best interests of Summerset and the newcomers in mind.
Is that why you're sequestering newcomers and other non-High Elves beneath the monastery?
You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerene, aren't you? For an outsider. Though your heritage might be Altima, but you aren't a native of Summerset. You simply don't have the bearing and cultured air of a true child of the island.
You mean like the High Elf monks I saw working with Daedra beneath the monastery?
That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually. What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation log. For your own protection, you understand.
This guy is so full of it. If you'll excuse me, Aldarch Telkar, I just remembered I have someplace else to be.
I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free to pester the other guests in my...
We're gonna throw you in prison for your own protection, you understand? Ah, that's nice. But we need to keep moving. Wait a minute. Where is Kin Lady Avenisi? A rejection of open borders. By Kin Lady Avenisi of Shimmerene. The unforeseen queen continues to impose her radical ideas upon her loyal subjects, inflicted all manner of change and sorrow upon this pristine and uncompromising land. Her attempts to elevate the other races and put them on an equal footing with the Altima are simply unnatural. Everyone knows the value of High Elven supremacy, so why try to weaken it with these impure and totally unwarranted decrees? Let it be known that the people of Shimmerene and their Kin Lady shall endeavor to do everything in our power to oppose this unreasonable and ultimately dangerous decree. Why do I reject an end to the pristine nature of Summerset? Why? Because of logic, of course. It is a well-documented fact that the Altima are superior in every way to the lesser races that share our world. After all, who else can trace their lineage directly to the Aedra? We proudly proclaim our divine heritage. Unlike the other races, we are not the creations of the gods, we are their descendants. Our genetic lineage can be traced to the original Altima race, though El-Nofi to the divine Et-Atad themselves. For this reason, and this reason alone, we should be permitted to preserve our pure bloodlines and maintain the sanctity of our perfect island home. Should the adventurous queen desire more proof, we need only look to our stature. We need only look to our stature, our golden hue, and our natural inclination towards magic. The other races cannot compete with us in intellectual pursuits. They just aren't equipped for such a battle. Ours is the first true culture of Tamriel, and we remained the most civilized of all the races. This fact cannot be refuted. We provided the basis for religion, language, and even architecture, and our influence can be seen across the continent. For all that we have provided, we should be allowed to keep a small piece of the world as solely our own. Beyond these self-evident truths, we must consider the poor lesser races as well. How cruel it will be to subject them to the rigors and requirements of our exalting culture and societal mores. They simply aren't equipped to handle the precision our customs and traditions demand. Should we embarrass them for these failings? Or worse yet, should we amplify their deficiencies by setting a lesser standard for them to adhere to? They would call us cruel, and rightly so. Let us keep the metaphorical gates closed, and then neither side will suffer any sorrow or discomfort. Allowing the lesser races to migrate to Summerset doesn't do them any favors. Quite the opposite, it will ultimately hurt them in the end. Keep Summerset pure, keep Summerset pristine, keep Summerset for the Altima. Anything else makes no sense whatsoever. I remember thinking the High Elves were so caught up in themselves when I played Skyrim.
How dare you barge into my home without so much as a by your leave? I'm sorry, Kerem, but I have no time for petitions or solicitations today. I have important work to get back to. Perhaps you can talk to my cousin. She's the canon reeve of our fair city.
Why do you oppose the Queen's decree?
Oh, such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Summerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation.
And the Aldarch agrees with your efforts to protect the island and the newcomers?
Aldarch Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerene. Grand plans. Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen's decree, I may have made an error in judgment.
What error in judgment?
Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldarch's existence prior to when we met, and I recommended him for the position at the Monastery. I assure you, Kinlord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end.
And were you aware that the Aldarch's monks are killing the newcomers into the monastery?
That's preposterous. Aldarch Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Summerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest, they'll be returned to wherever they came from. That's what we agreed to.
It sounds like you should see for yourself what's happening at the monastery.
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldarch himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldarch's explanation.
Alright. Sounds like a trap.
Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly at Raz. Good, good. Now, tell Raz what you learned at the King Lady's manor.
The King Lady believes that the newcomers are being sequestered and sent away.
Raz thinks Avanis is as naive as she is complicit, but she is not a murderer. This new Aldarch, though, has so much blood on his hands, it looks like he's wearing red gloves. From what I could discover, he didn't exist before he came to Shimmerene.
I overheard that the Kin Lady was going to meet the Aldarch in the Coral Forest.
The Coral Forest? A strange meeting place. Raz thinks we should go and see what the Aldarch is up to. After I take back that outfit, I might need it again later. Ah, you have a pretty admirer, my friend. The Sijic Sage, yes? Here she comes now.
Okay.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the King Lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The King Lady is meeting the Aldarch in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valserine of the Sijic Order, and I agree that the Aldarch is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both at the Coral Forest.
Alright. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Elder Scrolls Online.